Looks like an Oracle drive.
Yeah.
Stop.
Sarah!
Lightning. Lightning.
Sarah, I'm sorry.
Hey, the apologies can wait. We got a wedding to plan, right? Right? Like, come on. What do you say? Lightning, I swear to you, I will make her happy.
I believe you.
My memories. They're real, aren't they? How can they be? Prophecy. It's been changed.
But that's impossible.
If you change the future, you change the past.
It keeps changing?
Change is the constant.
Caius.
I have seen you. I have seen you both.
Yule.
What? You mean Asiris?
I am not the Yule you know.
But
You must understand, there are many Yules.
Caius.
Wait. I saw you. My sister was fighting you.
What are you doing here in this time?
I learned of your journey, leaping back and forth along the timeline. Yule has been watching everything you do.
No. She's been watching us?
Yes, I see you understand the significance of that. Then you must also understand that I am here for a reason. Your actions have necessitated the strictest sanctions.
Hey, hold on a second. What do you mean, sanctions?
I must protect the sanctity of the timeline.
Caius!
What do we got? Capable of restoring HP, employs wounding attacks, delivers devastating physical attacks, executes powerful magic attacks. Untamable. What a tragedy. Looks like he has some sort of like auto revive or something. Sure, let's go to this. We're already getting slapped up by him anyway. I feel like you have one more buff. There it is. Guess he just doesn't want to attack us anymore. No, we could probably do better here. It's going down decently slow. Launch him. Doesn't look like we can launch him. We can do big damage though. I'm pretty sure that first buff on him is auto revive. I will capture you regardless, Caius. Ballad.
You shall pay for your crimes in blood.
Sarah! Stop this, Caius. I am not going to fight you.
Times have changed. I'm not the Caius you once knew. To change history is a sin.
It's too late. The timeline has already changed.
But must we accept this, Yule?
If you change the future, you change the past. You can remold history as your heart desires.
Let's go now, before you are made to witness more. Come.
Yule.
You've got some splaining to do, dog. Some splaining. Also, 5 stars? Let's go. Didn't get anything for it. We don't want to, you know, pick this up and take it with us or anything. Hold up. There's Suckerfoo.
That way. That's my mug. Kupo? An artifact, Kupo?
What does Caius want?
No.
Who is Caius?
That man, Caius. Who is he exactly? I've seen his face before, in my dream.
I thought I recognized him, but I don't think he's the man I used to know. He couldn't be here. Not in this time.
Noel's such a suckerfoo. I asked you a question. You did not answer my question. Bunch of nonsense. Yeah, I need a save and mark. I think I'll go back to the gate. I'll save there. Not necessarily certain if I'll mark there. Might mark in a different spot.
She was the same. The same face, the same voice. But even so, she didn't know me at all.
You mean you?
Yes. Well, no questions?
I already asked you one. You didn't answer it, sucker. Wonders why I don't ask him about her. What should I say for him to him? Alright, tell me about Yule. It would be hard for you to answer, but I want you to answer it anyways.
Seems to me that if I ask, you'd have a hard time trying to answer. I know what it feels like, not being able to explain how you feel, so I won't ask.
Thanks, Sarah. We'll talk about it soon.
No, we won't.
Sure.
You've been avoiding all of my questions this entire game.
Noel and I traveled to Erba. You wouldn't believe how much happened to us there. We found a prophecy that the Seeress of the Farseers had recorded. We saw a young girl called Yule, just like the Seeress. And we met a man named Caius, the man you were fighting in my dream. I guess what worries me the most, though, is that Noel looks sad. Sadder than I've ever seen him. And there's something else, too. The strange thing that both Caius and Yule said about the past. If you change the future, you change the past. I'm afraid of what that might mean for us. When Noel and I solved the paradox, we changed the future. Does that mean the past of Hope and the others has also changed?
Oh, my stream just... Okay, that's them. All right. Thanks to Sarah and Noel, a new timeline has been created. When a parallel world is unlocked, the O in the year is replaced with an X. For example, 1XAF is 10 years after the fall of Cocoon, same as 10AF. But the people have different memories as they've led different lives. You can still return to the original date and location at any time by using the Historia Crux. Yes, I can go to an alternate timeline. I can go to the Brescia Ruin 300 AF. Is that always there? I don't remember going to that. I can't press up to go up to that one timeline up there. Let's go here.
20 AF, the Brescia ruins suddenly experienced an influx of monstrous intruders. A paradox was thought to be the cause, but before an investigation could be launched, the situation was already out of hand. The government all but abandoned the area and appealed to the general populace for possible solutions. The ruins crawled with mercenaries and researchers looking to make names for themselves in what had become an unregulated, lawless district. As the situation continued to deteriorate, all attempts to stem the invasion ended in wasted time and resources. 300 years have gone by since that paradox first appeared.
One's called Bounty Hunter's Pestilence. Interesting name. Still going? Still going. Must have been the 48-hour mark or something like that.
It looks like another paradox appeared in the Brescia ruins, Kubo. The number of monsters just keeps growing, and the military's in a tizzy trying to cope, Kubo. So the government is asking civilians to help out, Kubo. Of course, the three of us are going to help, Kubo. Nothing makes us happier than lending a helping hand, Kubo. The more we help, the more the government will pay for our trouble, Kubo. I've already made room in my pockets, Kubo. Kubo?
We're getting paid. I wonder how much. But what are you gonna do with all that gil anyway? Got your eye on something?
I'll figure that out once I have the gil, Kubo. First, we have to earn it, Kubo.
Hey guys, it looks like we're not the only ones interested in the rewards the government has to offer.
Anyone else noticed that the clock hand on Mog's, I guess, scepter or whatever has been changing in cutscenes, but right now it is not different? Very interesting that as I... Oh.
Come on, Mog.
Can I get that right? Oh, you can get that one. I don't even see that one. Looking for,
Go, Mog.
that one. There we go. White power droplets.
With this many monsters prowling the area, all we can do is take them out one at a time, starting with the ones in front of us. According to my extensive research, there should be some kind of device that's been recording the biology of these monsters for some time now. If only I could find that valuable piece of equipment, it would certainly make dealing with the monsters a lot easier. You mean you'll do it? You'll help me look for the recording device? I knew I could count on you two!
I'm probably not going to help you look for the recording device. Munchkin. Destroyed. Still getting destroyed. Oh, that was cool. She like jumped back to shoot.
I'm the only one pulling their weight around.
Arr.
It's true that I used to be part of the military, but now I'm a mercenary. People around here call me the commander, but I'm not sure I live up to that name.
Okay. Greetings, Commander. Make it up. Take it slow. Munchkin Maestro. Well, you want the Maestro. Tameable, right? You look kind of crazy. Oh, that's a regular Munchkin. Oh, you're still alive? Oh, man. Okay, we're dead. Are you dead again? You're dead again, aren't you?
Hello?
Please heal her. Alright, you are a Ravager. Gotta be slick with it. I don't think I saw a crystal. That's a nope. Okay, so what's really weird about this is that this is just the same area? Means I probably shouldn't waste my time with this. I can't increase the whatchamacallit anymore. That's interesting. We're gonna go with that. Going all the way to 60. What does Vigor do? Boost chain bonus when your HP is high. Okay. That's weird. Interesting. Or accessory capacity. Batur. Alrighty, you. I think I'm gonna go for Boon. Except Boon is probably like your stuff lasts longer. You know, another 22 levels just to get there. I think we might have the stuff for it. Give you the ATB gauge. Boon. Extend duration of target's existing status helmets upon bestowing new ones. I don't know if that was worth. You all the elements would be nice. I don't remember who's Sentinel right now, but it should probably be you. Oh, I don't have anything for you. You're already at maximum. Oh, the Saboteur bonus. It's 77 for heavy? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now? 77? That's a little crazy. That is just a little crazy. Hey Narv, you went fishing with your father. Now I know your darkest secret. What a dark secret. Oh, you are a medic. That's interesting. I think I'm gonna level up this commando. Wait. Are you a late bloomer? You are a late bloomer. Maybe that's why it requires 77 levels. But you're a late bloomer. No, wait. You're an early peaker. Well, that's why you got so strong so early. You're a late bloomer. I don't think curse is really what I want to see. Deprotect Imperil. Hey, Epic Otter. Actually caught a big cod. All in all, a memorable fishing trip. I have to ask this, Narv, because sometimes Narv is Narv. You're not talking about a fishing video game, right? No disrespect, I'm just trying to make sure I understand correctly where you went. Like I said, you know, sometimes you be getting me. Actual fishing, alright. That is good to hear. Alright, so the problem with the Chocobo is the Chocobo doesn't have launch. And I need launch. This guy has launch. Wow, you get raised kind of quick. You're well grown. You're a late bloomer. Esunada. Esunada. Nada. So what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to level up this Baranthes a little bit and then merge it with the other guy. There's so many things. Vigilance Speeder. I think the Chocobo's probably the way to go. Hopefully we find launch. That's what we're looking for. Definitely finding everything but launch. Boat and everything. Cool. I've been fishing once, and it wasn't like the fishing that we would normally like. It was like you go to a place that has these ponds and you fish. It was really weird. I don't remember if I caught anything. Okay, you require 62 to get there. That's a little crazy. You're an early peaker. Maybe I give you some stuff right now. It'll be amazing. Not quite. Alright, I spent like such a long time doing this, but you know, stuff and stuff with the stuff. Alright, Grimoire at 90 capacity, that puts us at 70. We can afford 20 more, which we don't have. Give more of that. Say we're good. All good in the hood. Alright, and then sure, let's save. Hey, Anakin Skywalker. Thank you very much for the lurk. Okay, let's get out of here. This place doesn't seem important at all. Time reversal unlocked.
At the summit of Yashas stands the ruins of the Farseer city Padra. This was the capital of a flourishing civilization, storied in the annals of Grand Pulse. Here, the young Hope Estime is leading the Academy in an effort to learn more about the mysterious Oracle Drive. However, this world is not like the world of 10AF that Noel and Sarah had visited previously. Things have changed.
Is this the pool? Is this the pool? Those bosses a little too low. This might be the pool. Do they got it? I don't think they got it. I think the other guy's gonna revive. Oh, they did it. They did it.
The sun is back in the sky.
The eclipse is over. Or it never existed in the first place. History here has changed.
If the paradox didn't happen, then maybe Hope never had any reason to come here.
There's still the Oracle Drive. Maybe that would have been enough of a draw for him. Only one way to find out.
Yule said that changing the future will also change the past. Is this what she meant? The eclipse doesn't happen because we solve the paradox in the future?
Maybe. But we can't be sure.
Kai's behind the paradoxes. I'm still waiting for you to answer my questions.
You know, that Caius guy seems to know a lot about what's going on. Could he be the one who caused the paradox and the eclipse?
No, he wants to protect the timeline, not change it.
It's a strange thing, trying to change history by yourself. This man, have you met him before? Do you know him?
A man called Caius. Taught me how to fight. But that was in a different time, a different place. The face and the name are the same, but...
Maybe he's using the gates just like us. Trying to protect history.
Then he has a lot to answer for. The Caius I knew left us behind. Took off on his own. That was how I lost you.
No, it sounds to me like the Caius that you knew is the Caius that we met. Okay, so we've got 2 gates over there. I guess we'll go over and...
caused the eclipse. What was it looking for up in the sky?
Future, maybe? Who knows?
Alright, you are a commando. I wouldn't mind having one of these guys. Diversity. Kill it. You killed it? Now give me the crystal. Did not see a crystal. Not seeing any crystals. Getting robbed over here.
Welcome home.
How did you...
Yule. Did you come through the gate too?
The one you met was a different Yule. A Yule from the future.
What?
So, you don't know me either?
I know about you. I've been watching you both.
You can see the future, can't you?
I can trace the timeline. I see the future and lead others along the correct path. I came here to confirm something I already know. You and I are the same.
What do you mean?
You, too, can show others the way.
Wait. I don't get it. How are we the same?
You're Yule. That's the answer. It all makes sense, except it doesn't.
It looks like Yule lives in this time too.
Noel, are you okay?
Yeah, it was just so unexpected. Threw me for a loop.
She talked about tracing the timeline. Could she be the Cirrus from ancient Padra?
Padra collapsed centuries ago. She can't be the same person.
Then maybe a distant descendant? But we were always told that no one lived down here on Grand Pulse.
Well, you and your friends survived all right, didn't you? By helping each other out?
How do you know that?
We journeyed through time, solved the paradox, and met 2 girls who looked exactly the same. And now, at last, we found our way back to Hope's Oracle Drive. He'll be waiting for us. Or perhaps he won't. Maybe after all this time, Hope has forgotten us.
Somehow, in an alternate timeline, the treasure chests are still not,
I was afraid of what would happen if no one was here.
I guess the ruins were interesting enough. They didn't need the paradox to draw them here.
the treasure chests are still collected. Kind of weird.
Everything is right on schedule, as usual. The sun feels so amazing. Time for my feathers to soak up some of that good old vitamin D for extra fluff. Oh, Chocoboculina! Sorry, didn't see you there.
Chocoboculina. Wait, who has... Do I have to go find the specific Chocoboculina to craft that one? Whatchamacallit? That would be... Oh, wait, no. It's probably here. I don't see it here. Definitely not here. Maybe, oh. I think I have to go to that very specific Chocobolina to craft that one thing. I don't even think I have the materials for it, but that's kind of obnoxious. A little bit of those.
Thank you for shopping here on this bright and sunny day. I think it's time to hit the beach, don't you?
Quite a character, that's for sure.
Talking about dogs again, huh?
I don't seem to get along.
We call them sucker fools around here. Around? Yup.
Doesn't look like a paradox appeared or anything.
Director, who are you waiting for?
I don't know. But I think they'll be here soon.
Surprise! We're here.
In a world where the paradox was solved, the eclipse never darkened the sky in the first place. No one remembered that Noel and I had been here. But even so, Hope was there, waiting for us. Of course, his memories had changed. We had our 10-year reunion all over again, as if our last meeting had never happened. When we explained his memories had changed because the paradox had been dissolved, Hope believed us without question. And then...
I have something I want to show you.
It is lightning.
This is a recording of the future. We're unable to identify the location or circumstances. There is one thing we're sure about, however. And remember, we don't know what era this is. Lightning is alive in that place. In my memory, Lightning disappeared after the battle with Orphan. But she's living somewhere in the future.
So it's not just a dream, is it?
She's out there,
Then I'm going to find her.
Koopa Koopa?
and you will find her, Sarah. After all, you traveled through time and found me. Many years of research have finally borne fruit. It all began with the Oracle Drive. We excavated it from ruins many centuries old. Yet it recorded an image of Cocoon, supported on a pillar of crystal. It was an impossibility, an enigma. Impossible, but a reality nonetheless. This is when I learned what I must do. If it was possible to journey through time and look into the future, then it must also be possible to travel backwards and change the past.
Right.
I wanted to change history, make things better. Not just bring Lightning back, but Vanille, and Fang, and my mother.
So that's what your research was about.
Kubu?
Chasing the impossible, you might say. But you've made me realize something. It's clear to me now we are not the only ones who are intervening in history.
Oh?
The past has already been changed. Sarah, you are the only one who remembers a time when Lightning survived the fall of Cocoon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Hey, Morganite Sky.
Caius.
What happened? Did the prophecy get rewritten?
Not necessarily rewritten. It could be the original prophecy restored as it once was. Perhaps a continuation of the first recording.
If this is showing us the future, then someday Cocoon will fall. Noel, you told me in your time, Cocoon didn't exist like it does now.
Yeah. It came to ground long before I was born. After it happened, the whole world just fell apart pretty much.
But who made it fall? Could it have been Caius?
No. He couldn't do that.
When is Cocoon supposed to fall? How many years? Is it soon?
No. Not for a couple of centuries.
Oh, that's a long time from now. I mean, none of us will even be alive to see it.
But others will. Cocoon will fall into Grand Pulse. Imagine the catastrophe. Think how many lives will be destroyed.
Right. That's the future I lived in.
It doesn't have to happen. No, we can change the future. We can stop Cocoon from falling and make your world a better place.
Yeah, but how? You think you can go to the time when it falls and hold it up yourselves? Do you even have a gate to take you there?
Well,
It might not be necessary to travel to the specific time and place.
How so?
The future depends on what we do now, right? Yes, there is a chance Cocoon will fall, but we can start working now to prevent it from happening.
Right.
But what if you can't, Hope?
We can at least work to mitigate the damage. If we begin our research now, we have time. Then, should Cocoon indeed fall, we can help protect the planet and save the victims.
Okay, let's do it. We could try to solve things at the other end, in the future. While you start preparing in the here and now.
Yes, let's change the future.
If you change the future...
If you change the future, you change the past.
Sarah?
It's nothing. Hope, thank you for the help.
Time will separate us, but we'll share a common goal.
Hope dreamed of changing the past. The weight of history drove him forward. But now, he's turning to face the future. A future even more frightening than the past. Sarah, do you believe too? Do you believe in your own past?
Alyssa is not a party member, no. She is just a sucker fool.
Lightning was fighting in Valhalla. That's where I met her. And that's when she told me to come and find Sarah.
I see. Valhalla, otherwise known as the Unseen World.
I think Lightning wants us to fix the timeline. Put it back how it was. Maybe that's why she gave me the power to travel through time and control monsters.
She was unable to do anything on her own, so she turned to the one person she trusted more than anyone. Yes, it is possible, although the idea raises even more questions.
Do the prophecies recorded on the device show the actual future as it will happen? Some of the stuff is different from the history I learned.
The history of the future has yet to be written. We've already learned that when a paradox occurs, the images from the device become unclear and indistinct. In the same way, as the historical timeline shifts, your own memories become unsettled.
Makes sense. Sometimes I find it hard to remember really important things. It's like a paradox is running inside my head.
The Oracle Drive records the true future, but sometimes that future is subject to change. Recordings and memory are both unstable. More than anything, this is evidence that history can be changed.
Okay. And yes, time travel stories are complicated.
You know, I started this journey hoping to find my sister. But now, I want more. I want to save the future.
So do I, Sarah. So do I. Time to travel again.
Find the gate and the key, Kupo!
Right now, we don't have a clue where the artifact might be. But there are still some places we haven't checked out.
We should try asking some of the people around here. They might know something that will help.
And she is a little annoying, for sure.
Various records of magic and sorcery are being uncovered in the Padra ruins. There was a spell to summon Eidolons. It was a forbidden art, though, as it shortened the conjurer's lifespan. The people of the past must have lived in fear of, but had respect for, ones who held such powers.
I'll definitely put it this way.
Come on, Mom.
I don't know why you would bounce like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and go down there and get that, because if I don't get it now, I'll never get it. I'll put it this way. I think if I were to play this game, like let's say I beat the original Final Fantasy 13, you know, 10 years ago, and then I went to go play this game, I would probably have set this game down. This game is just not, it's not it.
Come on, Mom.
All right then. Where's the gate that fits this key?
I don't sense anything strange from these ruins. I can't feel a disturbance from the direction of the mountains.
But I'm gonna finish it, because I'm here now. But what am I, 8 hours, 10 hours into the game? I don't think it's going to improve.
I wonder if I missed something spectacular.
I'd like to catch a behemoth. That would be nice. Oh, I'm gonna go all the way over there. So it's worse, you mean, story-wise? So I actually didn't think the story in Final Fantasy 13 was that bad, or even bad at all. I thought it was quite solid. Hello? My goodness. But this story is just kind of incomprehensible. You know, time travel kind of does that. Alright, you're a medic. I already have you. You're a commando. I have plenty of commandos. I would still like to have one of these, but I'm not going to burn my Pharaoh Link. I have to try to get you the old-fashioned way. That being said, though, the combat is interesting, just like it was in the original Final Fantasy 13. Hey, that's a crystal! Well, I guess there won't be any behemoths here. Because it's not dark. Oh, how do I get up there? Alright, you're a synergist. We're gonna go after this one first. We'll try to capture it. Your crystal? We saw that crystal. We saw the crystal. Maybe we can get this one too. Alright, not gonna happen on that one. But we got one of them. Was that a commando? Alright, but how do I get up here? There are people up here. Oh wait, no. We want to focus on not Gahongas, because we don't have Gahongas. We want to focus on Gandayax. We already have Gandayax. Too late. think I saw a crystal. Come on. Leave me alone, please. Yes, you won't leave me alone. I don't think we're going to be able to build up a Feral Link on this one. And the other one that I have is, whatchamacallit. Did I ever play Chrono Cross before? I played Chrono Cross recently for the first time. Don't exactly remember when I played it. But I would say it was in the last 6 months or so. These guys are annoying. They just won't leave me alone. Getting remastered on consoles and Steam. I did see that. I even if I didn't play Chrono Cross when I did, I probably would have played the original anyway. But let's see. I'll play Chrono Cross in October. I tried to do the Feral Link, but it didn't work. I killed it too quickly. I believe my playthrough is on YouTube. Should be. If anyone was ever curious. Okay. It says I have one wild artifact. I get the impression that I don't want to do that right now. Did I like it? I liked the combat. I was lost by the story. Probably the long and short of it. Ah. Off the top of my head, that's what I remember anyways.
No, we can change the future, can't we?
We can, and we will. Then we can go back to homes that we've made safe.
Lightning. Thanks to Hope, I can see light at the end of the tunnel. He told us that if we solve the paradox, we can save the future. Meanwhile, in his own way, and in his own time, Hope is working toward the same goal. Together, we can keep Cocoon safe. And if we do, then I know I'll be able to bring you home. I believe this with all my heart.
You don't fully understand either. Yeah, it's very confusing.
How many times must I see this?
Okay, once again, we're sent here, and I don't know why. You know what I will do, though? I will save. I need a mark.